There's a fire that burns in every true adventurer, a spark ignited by whispers of the unknown. It's a restless energy, a longing to step beyond the boundaries of the familiar and into the heart of mystery. Around every campfire in every corner of the world, stories are told of places that exist just out of reach, places that promise wonder, danger, and the chance to become part of something greater than ourselves. For centuries, no legend has burned brighter than El Dorado, the lost city of gold. Its name alone conjures images of untold riches and unimaginable adventure, hidden deep within the emerald heart of South America. Imagine a kingdom so rich its king covered himself in gold dust, a city with streets paved in gleaming metal. The very air would shimmer with promise, every stone whispering secrets of fortune and glory. But this isn't just about wealth, it's about the ultimate discovery. The search for El Dorado is a quest for meaning, for proof that the world still holds secrets worth seeking. El Dorado calls to the soul of every explorer, pushing us to see what lies beyond the next ridge, the next river, the next wall of jungle. It's a siren song that lures us deeper, urging us to test our limits and redefine what's possible. The allure is timeless, a test of spirit and endurance against the raw power of nature. Every step forward is a battle against exhaustion, doubt, and the relentless elements. It's driven people to leave comfort behind and venture into the most unforgiving landscapes on Earth. The jungle is a living, breathing force, beautiful but merciless to the unprepared. They weren't just chasing gold, they were chasing a dream, answering a call to adventure as old as humanity itself. The pursuit of El Dorado is a reflection of our deepest desires, to find purpose, to conquer fear, and to leave a mark on the world. The jungle doesn't care about your reputation or your bank account, it only respects strength and resilience. Every explorer who enters its depths is stripped down to their core, forced to confront their own limitations and discover what truly drives them. That's the real challenge, and why the legend still captivates us. El Dorado is more than a place, it's a test, a mirror reflecting our hopes, our fears, and our relentless curiosity. As we delve into this story, put yourself in the boots of those explorers. Feel the humidity, hear the jungle, sense the thrill of discovery. Imagine the anticipation with every step, the uncertainty of what lies ahead, and the exhilaration of chasing a legend that may never be found. The story of El Dorado is a testament to the human spirit's unquenchable thirst for exploration. It's a reminder that the greatest treasures are often not gold or jewels, but the experiences and revelations we gather along the way. There are still mysteries left in the world, and the greatest journeys lead us into the unknown. The search for El Dorado is a journey into the heart of adventure itself. So, as we begin this adventure together, ask yourself, what legends are you chasing? Are you ready to begin? Every legend has a beginning, a spark that ignites the imagination and echoes through generations. And El Dorado's story begins not with the discovery of a city, but with a man, a living symbol known as the Gilded One, whose very existence would inspire centuries of wonder and obsession. Deep in the lush highlands of Colombia, the Muisca people held a sacred ritual. When a new chief was chosen, he would be covered from head to toe in shimmering gold dust, transforming him into a radiant figure. He would then board a canoe and glide across the still waters of Lake Guatavita, carrying with him offerings of gold and precious stones to present to the gods. This was a spiritual act of deep meaning, a ceremony of reverence, gratitude, and renewal for the entire community. The gold was not a display of wealth, but a bridge between the people and the divine. When Spanish conquistadors arrived in search of riches, they heard whispers of this golden ceremony. Their imaginations, fueled by dreams of unimaginable fortune, transformed the ritual into something far grander. The tale of a gilded man soon became the legend of a gilded kingdom, a city made entirely of gold, hidden somewhere in the uncharted wilds. The ritual offerings, meant as gifts to the gods, were reimagined as evidence of endless treasure waiting to be found. Soon, El Dorado was no longer just a man or a ceremony, but a lost city of gold, shrouded in mystery and hidden deep within the jungle's green embrace. This fusion of Muisca ritual and European ambition sparked one of history's greatest treasure hunts, sending explorers and adventurers on perilous journeys across unknown lands. The legend became a powerful magnet, drawing countless expeditions into the heart of darkness, where danger and hope walked hand in hand. All were chasing a dream born from a sacred ceremony on a mountain lake, a myth that would endure, shaping the destiny of all who sought its golden promise. The first to chase the Golden Phantom were the Spanish conquistadors, hardened soldiers like Gonzalo Pizarro and Francisco de Orellana. Driven by tales of unimaginable wealth, they set out with dreams of glory, conquest and riches that would make them legends in their homeland. In 1541, Pizarro led hundreds of men, horses and supplies deep into the heart of the Amazon, convinced that the fabled city of gold was just weeks away. The promise of El Dorado shimmered on the horizon, luring them ever deeper into the unknown. But the reality was far harsher than any legend. They were utterly unprepared for the jungle, constant rain, suffocating humidity, and relentless dangers at every turn. The Amazon was a world of its own, wild and unforgiving. Armor rusted, food ran out, and disease took its toll. Supplies spoiled in the damp, and men fell ill from fevers and exhaustion. The jungle seemed to swallow them whole, indifferent to their suffering. The dream of gold quickly became a nightmare of mud and despair. Hopes faded as the days dragged on, and the expedition teetered on the edge of collapse. Orellana, sent downriver for food, was swept away by the current and became the first European to navigate the entire Amazon. His journey was one of desperation, survival, and accidental discovery. They didn't find El Dorado but accomplished an epic feat of exploration. Their journey mapped the unknown, opening the world's eyes to the vastness and mystery of the Amazon. These expeditions were stories of bravery and cruelty, ambition and harsh reality. Encounters with indigenous peoples were often tense, sometimes violent, as cultures clashed in the shadow of the golden legend. Sir Walter Raleigh, obsessed with the legend, led his own doomed quests and wrote fantastical accounts that fueled the myth. His words inspired generations, blurring the line between fact and fantasy. Their legacy is complex, a mixture of discovery and destruction. The search for El Dorado left scars on the land and its people, but also expanded the boundaries of the known world. The search for El Dorado came at a tremendous cost, both to the explorers and the indigenous peoples they encountered. Lives were lost, cultures disrupted, and the jungle remained unconquered. The legend endured, growing with every failed expedition. The jungle remained undefeated, its secrets hidden beneath the canopy, whispering promises to those who dared to dream. The dream, however, refused to die. Even today, the story of El Dorado continues to captivate, a symbol of hope, obsession, and the eternal lure of the unknown. The Amazon rainforest is the ultimate survival challenge, a world that demands absolute respect. Explorers called it the green hell for good reason. Sunlight barely reaches the ground, the air is thick with moisture and every step hides danger. Venomous snakes, poison dart frogs, and swarms of army ants are constant threats. Mosquitoes carry deadly diseases that decimated expeditions. Even the plants could injure or poison you. The rivers, the only highways, were filled with piranhas, anacondas, and treacherous currents. There were no clear paths, just a labyrinth that closed in behind you. Early explorers had no modern gear, no medicine, only their wits and willpower. One mistake could be fatal. They faced not just the environment but their own fear and doubt. This was the true test to conquer the jungle and themselves. The Amazon consumed the unprepared, but the legend kept calling. Only the strongest survived to tell the tale. Every journey into the unknown has moments of truth, where your spirit is tested to its limit. For El Dorado explorers, these moments came daily, lost, hungry, and surrounded by danger. The river of doubt is that point where you ask, is this dream worth my life? Hope becomes the most precious resource. To overcome doubt, you need an unshakable mountain of faith. In yourself, your team, and your mission. It's about taking one more step when your body wants to quit, rallying your team when morale is low. Small victories, a fresh water source, a caught fish, restore faith for another day. The emotional roller coaster is part of every true expedition. Peaks of triumph, valleys of despair, and the deep bond of camaraderie. The search for El Dorado was as much emotional as physical. It forged character and revealed true nature. The jungle tested not just bodies, but souls. The Amazon was never empty. It's home to hundreds of indigenous tribes with deep knowledge of the forest. For explorers, these people were both guides and obstacles. The relationship was complex and often tragic. Indigenous legends spoke of spirits and sacred places, not cities of gold. The arrival of conquistadors brought disease and violence, devastating entire communities. Some tribes shared knowledge, others misled explorers to protect their lands. The real treasures of the Amazon were its biodiversity and spiritual power. Today, indigenous descendants fight to protect their ancestral lands, the true guardians of the forest's secrets. Was there any truth to the El Dorado legend? Yes, but not as the conquistadors imagined. The real El Dorado was the ritual of the Gilded Man at Lake Guatavita. Archaeologists have found golden artifacts along its shores, evidence of sacred offerings. The most famous is the Muisca raft, a stunning gold model depicting the ceremony. It's a tangible link to the past, confirming the ritual that inspired the myth. The treasure was real but scattered in sacred sites, not a single city. The Gold Museum in Bogotá houses the world's largest collection of pre-Hispanic goldwork. The real treasure of El Dorado is a rich cultural heritage. The truth is more fascinating than the myth. The gold was for faith and the gods, not for greed. The age of exploration isn't over. Today you can follow in the footsteps of those who chased El Dorado. Stand on the shores of Lake Guatavita, or trek to Ciudad Perdida, the lost city hidden in the jungle. The journey is a physical and mental challenge, a taste of what early explorers endured. The reward: breathtaking ruins, living history, and a sense of discovery. Explore the Amazon River, stay in jungle lodges and learn from local guides. See the green hell as a world of wonder, not an enemy. The modern quest is about experience, not gold. Each adventure is a piece of the El Dorado puzzle. The journey itself is the treasure. El Dorado is more than a legend. It's a metaphor for the human condition. We all have our own El Dorado, a dream, a goal, a passion that drives us. It's the thing that makes us feel alive and pushes us to explore our potential. The lessons from centuries of searching are timeless: resilience, belief, and humility. The greatest discoveries are often not what we set out to find. The real prize is the journey and the person you become along the way. Are you brave enough to chase your own El Dorado? Exploration is a mindset, curiosity, courage, and a refusal to settle for the ordinary. Keep the fire of adventure burning. The greatest treasure is the wisdom you gain from the journey. Thank you for joining me on this adventure. Now go out and find your own El Dorado.